Good evening and welcome to Vikings Volleyball. We're live from Joe Ellen Stringer Court in Hillsboro, Missouri, home to the Jefferson Vikings. They will be taking on the Missouri State Grizzlies from West Plains. Ray Halbrook, Matt Bates, and we have a special guest here, Steve Ringling. Gentlemen, fun one here today. Going to have a fun one against Missouri West Plains, and a struggling team for Missouri West Plains, surprisingly, and that's all I know really about it. There's Matt.
Well, actually, Mr. Halbrook, Missouri State West Plains comes in 8-1 in their last 9, and their last game that they just lost, snapped an 8-game winning streak. That was a 3-set loss to Cowley. But yeah, coming in on the season, though, they are 12-10. They're 3-0 in the conference. Jefferson College, on the other hand, 1-3 in their last 4. But they are 13-9 overall in Region 16 play, 3-1 in the conference. Their last game, though, was about a week ago on September 26th. They beat St. Louis Community College 3-0, and their game that was supposed to be on the 29th against Indian Hills was canceled. So as we bring Steve in here, I was going to run some numbers by him. Tell me your thoughts real quick. Solo blocks, Missouri West Plains, they're 34th with 48. And Jefferson College, they're 23rd with 54. How key are the solo blocks as opposed to maybe just total blocks or block errors? Because, I mean, they have stats for everything now. So whenever you're dissecting some of those numbers, where's the meat and potatoes at?
Well, number one, if you get a solo block, a lot of times in college you're not going to see a whole lot of solo blocks unless it's like a surprise block, because most of the time these girls are pretty quick getting over to it and they know where the hit's going to be coming from. But the blocks are just huge, guys, because that sets up your defense, because your defense doesn't know where the ball's coming unless they see the block. And the closing the block is a big deal too. So in other words, you know, if the right side is over here blocking, the middle comes over to close that block. If it's not closed, you're going to get a lot of spikes coming right through the middle, and you know, that's I think blocking is just major. Plus, if you're a spiker and you're a good spiker and you're a good hitter and you get blocked, mentally, your game kind of, you know, if you're not a good mental player, your game kind of goes down the tubes. So.
There you have it. There you are.
And recently in head-to-head matchups, they played last on August 26th. They won 3-1. And on September 20th, Missouri West Plains won 3-0. We're going to step aside, take a break. When we come back, we should have the opening set, and we should have starting rosters when we come back. This is Lady Vikings Volleyball right here on Livestream STL.
Drives the baseline. Shots no good. Rebounds put up and down. Lee from 10. No good. Rebound. Takes it from 18. Count it, Monty Vogel. Good shot. Plays for 3. Count it. All around Apostle Cotton puts it down. And we're tied.
We're back. You ready?
What if there was a place that could help you discover the possibilities? A place where you could find your passion, your purpose, your path. Jefferson College is that place. So what are you waiting for? Discover the possibilities at Jefferson College.
The Health Information Technology program combines healthcare, business, and technology. This online degree provides students a broad range of knowledge that allows them to choose multiple career paths. Our graduates work in data analytics, electronic health records, medical coding, and much more. Employment growth is high for HIT careers. Upon completion, our students are eligible to take the Registered Health Information Technician exam since we are nationally accredited by CAHIM. For more information, go to jeffco.edu/HIT.
Rutherford is the place to shop for your next vehicle. We have a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, and they're all priced to sell. Not in the market for a new car? We have a great service staff that can keep your car in top shape. Also, be sure to check out our parts department for your next car project. Once again, we're Rutherford off I-55 to Herculaneum Auto Mall.
Breeze Dental Care Team consists of dedicated individuals who are caring, kind, and friendly. Our staff is here to ensure a pleasant experience during your visit to our office. Our team includes experienced and energetic people whose goal it is to communicate well with our patients and provide the best care possible. Providing preventative, restorative, and cosmetic care. Schedule a visit by calling 636-937-3030 or find us on the web at breezedentalcare.com.
The House Bar and Grill at your Festus Pasta House is your place to watch all local high school sports live. That's right, I said live. Come in and enjoy all local high school sports brought to you live on our 5 big screen TVs from Livestream STL. Also enjoy our happy hour menu, which includes half-price pizzas, discounted appetizers, and drink specials. We are the best place to gather for your local high school sports brought to you by Livestream STL at your Festus Pasta House on Highway A, where it's always a great time.
Back here at the Jefferson College Field House, Joe Ellen Stringer Court. Back here at Joe Ellen Stringer Court, located inside the Jefferson College Field House. Matt Bates, Ray Hallbrook, Steve Ringling back here with you. And starting lineups for the visiting West Plains Grizzlies reads like this. The libero, number 1, Eduarda Portes. Number 2, Maya Bochenik. Number 5, Lauren Farish. Number 6, Rosa Brencic. Number 7, Iolanda Tertasol. Number 9, Caitlin Alshire. Number 13, Carolyn Gladkowski. And number 7, Gibson Beckler. For the Jefferson College Vikings, starting crew reads like this. Number 2, Macy Noli. Number 3, the libero, Julia Reyes Pereira. Number 5, Yelena Gray. Number 7, Mayu Vieira Tavares Fernandez, MVTF. Number 8, Elena Deckert. Number 11, Summer Hake. And number 12, the sophomore Sydney Burris from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So there are your starters for both teams. And we are getting ready for the opening serve. Thank you for following us on Facebook, YouTube, the TKDS Sports app, the Mixler.com. Tonight, Jefferson College to start will be going left to right. They're wearing the home almost like a black and blue camouflage version, if you will, with dark navy shorts. And going right to left right now will be the Missouri State West Plains Grizzlies. They're wearing a long sleeve gray base with long black leggings, numbers and letters done up in blue. Libero for Jefferson College will be wearing the red sweater, and for the Grizzlies, she'll be wearing the blue, which that would be Portes from Curitiba, Brazil.
Since we couldn't hear them, can we just go off their number?
Yep. And there you have it. We are underway. That is Gibson Beckler serves. That goes cross court to Jelena Gray. She goes cross court and out, and point for the Jefferson Vikings.
It's one thing I like about volleyball. It doesn't always have to be a hard hit. She just put it in the right spot.
Seen that in a couple of games we've done this year. You don't have to bring the big hammer over the top as long as you can just tuck it in inside the line. That's really all that matters at the end of the day.
Yep, we call it position over power.
Back to serve is Julia Pereira. Goes off the arm of Macy Noli. That goes back, and tie ball game 1-1. So side up service will go back over to the Grizzlies. Back to serve number 2, Maya Bochenik from Olkusz, Poland. Yep, I think we have about 6 different countries represented tonight just in this one game. There's a ball handled by Deckert, goes cross court once again, and there's Jelena Gray all 5'9" from Farmington. Now makes it 2-1, and back to serve will be number 8, Elena Deckert. 5'8" freshman from Santiago de Chile in Chile. Lefty fires it back, handled by Portas, off the net, handled by Gray. They set up shop, they go cross court. Ottman back over, little dink over the net, lands right in front of Jelena Gray, and all knotted up at 2-2.
They call that a roll shot. It's kind of like they start to hit it, and everybody gets on their heels, or they're not ready for it, and then they just kind of, like you said, dink, but dink's a little bit different, but that's their kind of a roll shot, and it's very effective. West Plains has a really unusual setter, is really tall. She's like one of the tallest girls on the team.
That is number 13, Carolyn Glatkowski. Burris, our Branch Ottman, I'm sorry about that. Burris tips it back out, goes to cross court, handled by Glatkowski, back over the net, handled by Hake up at the front. That just sneaks into the back corner in front of MVTF. And as I was telling Ray last game we were here, when you see all the diagrams that are out here on the court that, you know, you got basketball, you've got volleyball, all these others, that sometimes you get kind of lost in the diagrams out here. That
it's a beautiful court, though, man. I mean, I think
yes.
Has it been put out here like 3 years now? 2 years. And, I mean, it is just shiny and beautiful court.
MVTF handles it off the net after Deckert had punched it in there.
Called a lift on that play.
So they've just doubled their last output. West Plains now up top 4-2. They've doubled up the Lady Vikings right now. Back to serve once again, Glatkowski. MVTF handles that. Over to Deckert. At the net with a little dink over Jelena Gray, 4-3. About time the Lady Vikings get the serve back. And I guess it's the old cliche now. Now what do you do with it? Now you got the ball back, right, Coach?
Yep, that's right. I mean, they're in the offensive position now, and the serve is so important. Usually in college, you're not going to see a missed serve. I thought I was going to jinx her there for a second, but you're just kind of setting up that whole thing. And right there, like you were talking about, that double block, they were there, but their block wasn't closed, and they didn't penetrate that net, and that's why the ball just kind of
Laura Farish up there
right
at the front of the net, and that will be now Rosa Berencic from Ljubljana, Slovenia. Fires that promptly right into the net. Service error will go back over to the Lady Vikings, now 5-4 as Perea checks out, and that looks like that's Branch. Oh, nope, Sydney Burris checking in. Burris all 6 foot. Ball handled by Glatkowski. Over the net. Handled by Deckert. Deckert over to MVTF. Grizzlies set up shop. Smashed by Gibson Beckler from Conway, Missouri, the 5'11 freshman. And we have a Gordon stoplight replay for those tuning in. Do you want to describe, Mr. Hallbrook, what's going on there? Because I cannot really see the replay. I
It already happened.
Know,
Sorry.
You know that we have that. That is a Gordon stoplight replay. Jefferson College Vikings volleyball. So Brencic digs that all the way back out from the other side. Jelena Gray over to MVTF. There's a little dink.
Dink. Now that's a dink.
That's a dink.
Yep. That's when they just go up with that hand and put it right over the blockers. You notice West Plains has some big blockers up there, and they're all over that ball. She just put it right over the top of them. Very smart play.
One of the taller teams that the Jefferson College Vikings have seen so far, Alshire, 6'1". Another lady on the bench, Victoria Jakovic, 6'2". Glatkowski at 6'1". And then 3 others that are 5'11". So there's a bunch of fence posts out there.
Yeah.
And it went from a 6-5 ball game to now a 2-point lead once again for West Plains. And as we go through here, Steve, some of these serves, I usually call them like a floater or a knuckleball, and a lot of that is by design. It's not usually a mishit.
Yeah, it's actually one of the best serves out right now. You have that float serve, you have a jump float, and then one girl, she had a monster jump serve, and those are just power. That float serve, what happens, it comes over, and it's moving all over the place.
And the only reference I have for that is if you've ever tried to catch a knuckleball in baseball.
Exactly. Yep.
Except it comes in a little harder than what a knuckleball in baseball does too. So
yeah,
not only do you have that constant floating, but it's coming in hot too.
Oh yeah. Actually, I teach my girls. I mean, you can still hit it hard, but you just don't want any spin on the ball. There's that missed serve, boy. That just makes coaches frustrated.
And that's now I just call them free points.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, Grizzlies didn't have to do anything for that, and now they get the ball and a point.
Yep.
Score is now 8-6 for the Grizzlies. That is Beckler back to serve, MVTF. Cross court, over to Grace, dinks it over. That's handled, dug back out. Burris, big shot handled back in the back corner. Dink in the net by Gladkowski. Handled by Burris. What a dink right over that. No, that was more of like a. Because the last game we did, there was a number of times where it looked like it was almost more like a palm ball going over to where, there wasn't even like fingertips. It's like that turning the ball over in basketball where it seemed like it was a lot of hand on the ball.
I think the rule is as long as you're not changing the direction of the ball per se, and one thing you notice there, too, is that was the setter for West Plains that tipped that ball over. They're running a 5-1 offense, which means the setter sets all the way around. And if she's a setter and she's in the front row, she can jump and put the ball over. But if she's in the back row, if she jumps in the front, she cannot send the ball over. So that's just kind of a tricky play because you're expecting that setter to set every ball.
MVTF is going to just send that one back over. That was on the third hit. And a spike that just does sneak into the back line. I thought that was out, Steve.
It was out. He called it out.
Oh, okay. What do we have? Do we have a stoplight replay on that? No? Okay. All right. Mr. Hallbrook calling off the dogs over there.
I waved it off.
There you go. 10-7 Grizzlies on top. 2 at the net. Looks like that was Summer Hake out there, number 11 now, the freshman from Jeff City, Missouri.
That call was the libero for West Plains, went underneath the net there. Can't do that. That's kind of an injury thing. You don't want anybody getting their ankles rolled.
The libero for Jefferson College, that is Julio Pinera. That goes out 11-8 now. Grizzlies up on top. Back to serve will be number 2, Maya Bushnenik. Olkush Poland, the Polish hammer.
How tall is she?
She is 5'11". One of the aforementioned 3 that they have at 5'11".
I was gonna say
it's a lanky crew out there. Who's set over to Gray, fires right back at her. MVTF gets it. Macy Noli, too many hits. Another point for the Grizzlies, 12-8.
I feel like that's one of the hardest calls that the up refs have to make is that when the girls hit it and there's a block there, does it hit the girl's hand? Does it hit the top of the net? So she's a good ref. I've seen her many times.
Another
power serve.
Handled back in the back by Deckert. Lady Vikings fire it right into the net, falls to the floor, 13-8 now. 5-point leads opened up, and Coach Ida Steiger says we're going to call the dogs off right now, and in doing so, we're going to step aside as well. Once again, the score 13-8 in favor of the Grizzlies. This is Vikings volleyball right here on Livestream STL.
Rutherford is the place to shop for your next vehicle. We have a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, and they're all priced to sell. Not in the market for a new car? We have a great service staff that can keep your car in top shape. Also, be sure to check out our parts department for your next car project. Once again, we're Rutherford off I-55, the Herculean Auto Mall.
Ruther.com
The House Bar and Grill at your Festus Pasta House is your place to watch all local high school sports live. That's right, I said live. Come in and enjoy all local high school sports brought to you live on our 5 big screen TVs from Livestream STL. Also enjoy our happy hour menu, which includes half-price pizzas, discounted appetizers, and drink specials. We are the best place to gather for your local high school sports, brought to you by Livestream STL at your Festus Pasta House on Highway A, where it's always a great time.
Matt Bates, Steve Ringling, back here with you. Jefferson College, the Joe Ellen Stringer Court, 13-8. Vikings have their work cut out, down by 5. MVTF over to Summer Hake. Hake tap dances her way through and knocks it over the net. Now 13-9.
They call that a slide. That's where the middle blocker, middle hitter will come behind the setter, just kind of give the other team a fake out, basically.
Back to serve number 8, Elena Deckert, the lefty, fires one of those heat-seeking floater missiles back there. It's handled by Alshire at the net. It's going to fall in, and Deckert trying to plead her case at the net. And the officials not having any of that as we take a look at the Gordon stoplight replay right here. Steve, what do you have on that?
I think she was kind of complaining that the girl come over the net and roofed the ball. I think that's what the girl from Jeffco was saying there. So I did not see that.
Back to serve, number 13, Gladkowski. Big hammer by Jelena Gray. Gladkowski's going to set up. That's rejected back by Summer Hake. Gladkowski going to set up again. That one's picked out by MVTF. Jelena Gray goes all the way into the stands on the far side, but to no avail, 15-9.
Yeah, one thing I noticed too, Joel and Stringer sitting on the Joel and Stringer court over there across the way.
The court from whence you are named.
Yep, kind of nice to see her still out here.
Royalty in the house. Goes off the top of the net, still handled by MVTF and the Lady Vikings. They send the ball back over. Gladkowski sets it up. Alshire, 6'1" freshman from Illinois, bangs that one out of the back, 15-10. And back to serve, Jelena Gray. Three steps, sends it back over. Gladkowski.
Was that the little
like a little double clutch right there? Had a little, what do they call that, a hitch in her giddy up?
Exactly. I'm not sure what she was thinking on that one.
It's like somebody pulled the air brake on the truck there and just, whoa.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, free point, 15-11.
There's that jump float serve.
Off the top of the net, still handled. Deckert over to MVTF. Handled by Gladkowski in the back. Dink handled by Deckert. Pinheiro back over to Ottman. Ottman sends it back over. Gladkowski back over, rejected at the net by Summer Hake as she met Farish right at the front of the net.
Yeah, that was a great. They closed the block. They were penetrating, and that's what you get for those blocks. And that'll really help Jeffco, I think, right there.
A little more than halfway through the first set here, and Steve. 15-12. Does not appear Jefferson College is getting outplayed in this game by any stretch, at least thus far. That it's basically, as we always say, it's just the proverbial shooting of the foot, and your own errors that have basically kept the Grizzlies in this ball game and given them the lead.
Yeah.
15-13 now. Jefferson College has cut this now to a 2-point deficit. Jelena Gray, and then right on cue, promptly fires it right into the net as we were just talking about that, and the service errors. And so that's at least the third one it's gone into the net, and that's the difference in the ball game right now.
And I think 2 of them were from that same server. I think I could be wrong there, but
yeah. Number 6, Rosa Brenchish. I think she might have brought rain down as far as she threw that up into the rafters. Handled by Portis at the net. Just could not be handled on the dink over Summer Hake, and that one drops to the floor, and it's back up to a 17-13 lead.
That's that penetration again. I mean, It's just something really hard to do. Stay out of the net, get over the net, push your hands over. But, yeah, she definitely has a jump, serve.
And that came back to bite her. Brenchich threw it up in the rafters, came down, and promptly fires it right into the middle of the net. So thank you for the point. And now 17-14.
Like you were saying, too, Jeffco, think they had 3 missed serves, they'd be 17-17. And you think about that, they'd be in the offense, you know.
Summer Hake with the serve, handled by the libero in the back, Portes. But they're able to get the ball over the net and falls harmlessly to the floor and is now 18-14.
One thing is I'm seeing, it's just the speed of the game. It seemed like Jeffco, whenever they were getting that speed going, you know, they were playing well, but then just kind of like the intensity just kind of slacks off there.
Back to serve. Eduardo Portes. Big hammer by Amari Branch-Ottman at the net, the sophomore from Rockford, Illinois. Sends that one right through. She will check out, and in comes Macy Noli. Seems to be the standard MO. Noli is primarily a libero, but usually just on serving duty, and she sends this one to the back to the second layer, handled by Gibson. They get it back over the net, handled by Portes. Portes to Glatkowski off the hand of Brenchich. There's MVTF, and right there at the front of the net, the big hands go up by Maja Bochnecic, the 5'11 freshman from Poland.
Jefferson coach wasn't real happy about that, but she's still smiling. But boy, her and the other, I guess the assistant, or actually he's a recruiter for Jeffco, they were smiling but hitting each other.
Back to serve, number 7, Iolanda Terdasario from Sao Paulo, Brazil. 20-15 now. 5-point lead has opened back up. Iolanda Terdasario. The R is actually pronounced as a D, so if you have access to a Missouri State West Plains roster, that's how you pronunciate the name. And there is a shot down the line that goes into the corner and just sneaks in and is able to cut it to 20-16. We have a replay here from the Gordon Stoplight replay booth.
They call that a push dink.
How many different dinks are there? You got the push dink, the two-hand dink, the one-handed, one-finger dink.
Yep. What happens there is as that block goes up, maybe the first couple times you'll hit it right over the blockers. Then when that back person pulls up, you'll dink it over their head into the back row. So that's a great
Gibson Beckler fires one out the back. And back to serve, MVTF, Maju Vieira Tavares Fernandez from Rio de Janeiro. 2017. Vikings clawing their way back. There's a service ace right in the face. Eduardo Portes took that one straight on to the cheek.
They call that a six-pack because apparently the ball, the stripes or the marks on the ball will leave a mark on the face and leave a little six-pack there.
Timeout on the floor with the score. The Lady Vikings down by 2, 20-18. This is Vikings basketball live stream STL.
Breeze Dental Care Team consists of dedicated individuals who are caring, kind, and friendly. Our staff is here to ensure a pleasant experience during your visit to our office. Our team includes experienced and energetic people whose goal it is to communicate well with our patients and provide the best care possible. Providing preventative, restorative, and cosmetic care. Schedule a visit by calling 636-937-3030 or find us on the web at breezedentalcare.com.
Hey, y'all, it's Jeff from Case and Bucks. Thanks for watching the games today. We appreciate all your business all year long. Don't forget, we've got awesome wings, we got amazing burgers, and we got salads like you wouldn't believe. Come check us out. We have barbecue on Thursdays. We have Southern Nights on Wednesdays. We've got bingo on Tuesdays. We can't wait to see you all. Thanks a bunch, and we look forward to having a great summer with y'all.
Served by MVTF over the net, and all of a sudden, there's one sent right back to her by number 13, Caroline Gladkowski. 21-18, Grizzlies on top now, as back to serve will be number 17, Gibson Beckler. Apparently was told early on, getting some of the pronunciations, that she does go by Gibby.
That's a little easier, huh?
Well, I wish a lot more of them had that, but, you know, got Glatz out there, Gladkowski. MVTF off the top of the net and falls to the floor. Hey, right now, if you're a Vikings fan, you'll take anyone you can get right now, because with the score now 21-19, points are precious.
I think this is one of the Jeffco's better lineups right now they have out there with their libero serving and the girls that they have on the front row there. So let's see if they can do something here.
Julia Pereira sends that one down low to the second layer, handled by Beckler, right off the knuckles of MVTF, and that'll just go side out now. Back over to West Plains, now up 22-19, 3 points away from a first set victory. Back to serve, Maya Bochenek. Bochenek. Bochenek.
Oh.
And that would be a service. What do they call those?
Service error.
Service error?
Yep.
See, I was going to go there, and I thought, no, there's probably a different name for that.
Nope, you got that one. Service error, deep and out. However, if you're going to miss a serve, that's the best place to miss it, because a lot of times those back row defense players will play that.
Deckert promptly just gives the ball right back now, and a point to the Grizzlies. 23-20 now. Man, oh man, oh man. So many sports we cover that we do the games on. When you see just like the offsides penalties, when you see just misplays like things like pass balls in baseball, you see the service errors into the net, goes out the back court.
And as you see, that's what usually happens. You get frustrated. You start doing things, you're not normal. And honestly, it looks like
you're taking your own self out of the game.
Absolutely. And your teammates.
Yes.
Because your teammates are like, man, come on, hit that serve. That's too easy.
And it's now set point upon us, 24-20. Back to serve, Gladkowski. MVTF lets it go out, sails over her head. Thank you very much. 24-21. So Vikings have 4 points they need to come back into this thing to take set one. And back is Jelena Gray. Gray back to Beckler. Gladkowski met at the net, dug back out. Summer Hake, and that falls out. And that will be an opening set win of 25-21 for Missouri State West Plains. And when we come back, Steve Rilling will be conducting a bunch of interviews when we come back.
Holy cow. I don't think we're going to get to all of them, but hey.
We're going to head to break,
and
when we come back, this is Jefferson College Lady Vikings Volleyball right here on Livestream STL.
What if there was a place that could help you discover the possibilities? A place where you could find your passion, your purpose, your path. Jefferson College is that place. So what are you waiting for? Discover the possibilities at Jefferson College.
Back here with Steve Ringling, and he's coaching a group called Titanium Volleyball Club. Tell us a little bit about that briefly.
Yeah, we just started this club a couple years ago. We started off with one team, went to 2 teams, and this year we'll probably have close to 10 to 12 teams, so about 150 girls.
Well, we've got one of the players here real quick. Who's this?
This is Elsie, right?
I'm just going to give you the floor here, Steve.
All right. Elsie, what do you think about tonight?
It's fun.
Fun? Okay, so how long have you been playing for Titanium?
4 years.
4 years for Titanium?
No, 1.
Volleyball, and 1 year for Titanium. What team do you play for?
Hillsboro.
No, on Titanium.
Sophia.
Sophia, so it's the 12s, 12 silver, I guess. So this year, hopefully, you'll make the 13s team, which I'm sure you'll make it. You're an amazing young lady and an amazing player. So how did you want to do this, Ray? You just want to send the next one over?
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll the next one. Come on up.
Thank you, Elsie, for coming in. And
thank you, Elsie.
Thanks for coming out. Elsie is one of our most energetic. She's always doing flips, and this is Ella.
Go ahead there, boss.
And Ella, which titanium team do you play for? Which team did you play for last year?
Navy 12U.
12U Navy?
Yeah.
And what did you think about the whole season? Was it fun?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Everybody was really great and super nice.
Now, Ella is not only a volleyball player, but she's an amazing softball player as well. So we're going to have to talk her into playing some volleyball because I know she goes to Hillsborough. She's just an amazing young lady, good attitude. And so what do you think about the game tonight? You enjoying it?
Yes, it's very cool seeing all the older people, like all them like covering and everything.
Yeah, so you're kind of seeing some of the things that we've been trying to teach you. So,
Yeah.
All right.
One more here.
One more. We're going to take one more, Ella. So if you can tell
Thanks for being with us. We appreciate that. One last one. We got 30 seconds.
All right, we got 30 seconds. Macy, hurry.
30 seconds, Macy. There you go.
All right, Macy.
Hi, Macy.
Hi.
How you doing?
This is one of our other very energetic young ladies, Macy. And Macy, actually, this is her first year. She hasn't even made a titanium team, but we have some great things ahead for her. And what is your favorite position to play, Macy? Are you a hitter?
No.
Are you a setter?
I don't know.
Macy is going to be an absolutely amazing setter, I do believe, and she has so much energy. She's the one that kind of bouncing around the court as well. So,
all right,
I hope I don't get stuck in the net.
There you go. She hopes she doesn't get stuck in the net. I love it.
You might.
All right, we're going to get back to actually doing the game here. Thank you for being with us. We appreciate that, and we are going to get things started here real quick. Here, some fun, interviews with these guys.
That was a lot of fun. And actually getting to sit back and not be the interviewee or interviewer.
I think they were a little nervous. So
you think they were?
Yeah. Now, Ray, there's like 400 of them waiting. Are you going to do any more?
400?
Are you going to?
Maybe we can do some
Can
here.
we do like
if
just
there's
a whole group thing behind
We
you?
might have to do that.
Okay.
So
back to serve MVTF for set number 2, and she promptly cranks that one right out of the back, and that is a 1-0 lead right now as the service errors are really starting to add up for Jefferson College. The free points, Ray, they kill you.
Absolutely.
They kill you. This is number 2, Boshenik. Deckard at the net. Over to Sydney Burris. She dinks that one over. That is now a tie ball game, 1-1. And that will be Branch Ottman checking out. Checking in will be Julia Pereira. The libero, as once again all knotted up 1-1. And I didn't know if you'd seen that first service error, but Fernandez promptly fired it right out of the back. And so Lady Vikings were able to recoup and see what happens here as Gray sends that back. MVTF comes back, big hit. Goes all the way up into the rafters off the hands of Portes. 2-1. Lady Vikings on top. Been a while since we talked about the Lady Vikings being up.
They call that a tandem. It's a fake. One of the girls from the front row will go up to act like she's hitting it, and that one was actually set to a player in the back row, which she has to leave from the 10-foot line, but that was a beautiful, beautiful.
Pereira with another serve, and into the net it goes, and unable to be dug back out by the Lady Vikings, and will now be should be a 3-2 lead. Won't be the first time I'll be wrong, but.
Yeah, actually it should, I think. Is that what you have, Ray?
I still only had 2-1, so
maybe we're wrong.
Okay, hey, it won't be the first time I might be wrong, but I might be incorrect, but I won't be wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I like that. You know, one thing
and they keep banging into the net, Alshire and company, but
one thing I noticed is they change sides. They don't do that in high school still since the COVID or whatever, but it's good to see them changing sides like that.
Yes, and so for those of you following us on Mixlr through the TKDS Sports app, that will now be Jefferson College going right to left, and left to right will be going Missouri State West Plains. Lefty Deckard sends it back to their libero, Portes. Libero e libero. 4-2. Vikings on top. Elena Deckard.
I think what Jeffco has to do is they just got to pick up the pace. I mean, they just kind of look a little lethargic, and they got to get some intensity here.
And another service error.
Can't do that.
So, I mean, as we've talked about this during break as well, too. I mean, this isn't just one person making this mistake to where it could be an easy rotation. It's now turning into a systemic thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So can you put on the coach's hat real quick? Tell me, how do you – I mean, because you don't have the beauty of like a halftime in football like Ray and I were talking about on Saturday, because Bishop DeBerg was taking so many penalties, offsides and stuff, so many players that you can't pull the whole team out.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you do that in volleyball, as there's a point for the Lady Grizzlies? It is now a 4-4 ball game. So as a coach, I mean, can you only make just use of the timeouts that you have?
Yeah, the timeouts you have, or yelling from the bench. Doesn't look like the Jeffco coach yells a whole lot from the bench. I think what she's doing is you see a little clipboard in her hand, and I have a feeling there's going to be some running at the next practice.
And the Lady Vikings knock that one into the back corner, and they will now take a 5-4 lead. And speaking of 5, number 5, Jelena Gray, will be back to serve. And she serves essentially from the middle of the floor. 2 steps, fires it over, handled by Glatkowski on the far side. No, that was Beckler. That was Glatkowski firing it cross court, and tie ball game once again.
So where she hit that from, that's actually considered the right side hitter. And normally your setter will be set up in the back set. They'll set it over their back to that player there.
The libero, Eduarda Portes. Cross court is MVTF, handled in the back row by number 6, that was Brencic. Here's another one, over by Branch Ottman. Boy, she put some hair on that one. Farish played over, back to Gray. She sends one over, Glatkowski. Big set, big hammer by Boschnenik. Maya. Oh, Maya.
Yeah, that was a nice little rally there. I mean, looked like Jeffco's kind of stepping up their intensity a little bit, and they had a hit out of the back. But I'll tell you what, West Plains has got a really good defense right now going.
Yeah, speaking of defenses, the Lady Vikings right now, what do you call that? Is that a 3-2-1, like a makeshift?
No, so basically in volleyball, it's one of the weirdest things. Like, you can't cross certain players, and you can't get in front of them or to the left of them. So each defense is a little different. Like, you have your best passers in the passing lanes, and it's very confusing.
Big hammer by Summer Hake, and she will go back to serve, all knotted up, 6-6. Ball on the court, got to get rid of that. Loose one found its way on the floor. Summer Hake, right-handed. Once again, just a knuckleball sent back.
Nice,
handled by Gray. Over to Deckert.
They call a 2 hit on that. So a lot of times when you're a setter, if they set it and you see any spin on the ball, the referee or the up ref automatically calls a 2 ball. They call it on that. So that one had a little bit of spin. It's one of the rules that I absolutely think needs to be changed. But
so there's now a 7-6 Grizzlies lead.
Above my pace grade.
And that is number 7, Yolanda Tertasarial. And thank you for the point right back, all knotted up at 7 now. And the Vikings need that ball to serve. That was rolling out the back of the Joe Ellen Stringer court, but Macy Noley back to serve. She has found a ball. 5'2" from Sullivan, Missouri. They say dynamite comes in small packages, and it does with Macy Noley. Gray handles it on the back line. Over to Deckert. Deckert, MVTF had that coming right back at her. Actually took her face out of harm's way, and it does fall out of bounds, as I thought it went off the hands of MVTF, but they're going to say she did not touch the ball. So Vikings point, 8-7, back in the lead once again. Tertasarial pulls that out of the net. Beckler, they send it back over on that third hit. Glatkowski, big hit by Boschnenik. Handled by Deckert. Deckert over to Pereira. MVTF fired that one back over once again. Another nice rally here. Big dig by Gray. and it just falls outside of the black line on the far side.
I'm not sure, but in high school, that's illegal what that libero did. You can't set the ball from in front of the 10-foot line and someone attack, and I think that's what she was yelling at, like, but the up ref just didn't call it or didn't see it.
And those new to volleyball, I mean, the libero not only just wears a different colored jersey like a goalkeeper in soccer, but there's so many rules that go on with the libero position. Basically, other than serving and setting, that's really about all you can do.
Well,
or can you even set?
You're not supposed to if you're in front of the 10-foot line. Now, setting means you can pass the ball with your arms. You just can't have your hands over they call it a hand pass or hand set, yeah. But their job mainly is for defense.
So you call more like a bump, if you would.
Yes. Yeah.
You can
arm pass. Yep.
Bump,
or a
arm pass,
yep.
but no official like setting as people would see with the two-hand push up.
If you're behind the 10-foot line, you can. If you're in front, you can do it, but the person who is hitting the ball cannot jump. So
there you go.
It's very, very
Another
interesting.
One off the top of the net. Sends back off the top of the net, handled by MVTF to go cross court to Gray. Gray and met at the net. And I'm telling you, just the height. If Jefferson College isn't shooting themselves in the foot, I think it just is a little bit of that height from the Grizzlies that's really coming into play right now.
Yeah, when you go up to hit the ball and there's 6'1", 6 or 5'11", and their arms are 2 foot over the net, not a whole lot you can do with the ball. And that's what I was telling you at the beginning of the broadcast is that really helps set up the defense in the back too, because they can play off that block.
Boshenik with the serve, Gladkowski, dink at the net. That will fall in from Brencic. And that'll knot the score up at 10-10. Once again, the Vikings hanging in there, but the height and the service errors right now, Coach Steiger will be the first to tell you, we take care of a couple things in our own end, and we got a completely different ball game. Deckert sent that one over with one hand. Now a set for Burris. Burris crushes that one, and that finds its way into the back corner. She will check out with an 11-10 lead. And that will bring in number 11, Summer Hake, once again. Back to serve the libero, Julia Pereira. About 5 steps, fires it low to the feet of the back row. And calling a double hit on that one.
Yep, that was definitely a double hit, if not a lift. I don't know if you noticed, but it just seems like Jeffco's moving a little quicker this game.
Yes, they are. I would agree with that. 12-10. Still serving Julia Pereira. Sends that one up a little bit higher, a little more playable. Gladkowski over to Brencic. Fires it off the hands of Macy Noli back in the back. And now makes it a 12-11 ball game.
That's a hard one to handle off. Again, it's that block that you're talking about. I mean, that one went off the tips of the hands, and it's probably because the girl hitting it is 6'1", and the girl trying to block it is 5'9".
Gladkowski serve. A little debatable whether that one would have gone out of the back line or not, but was still played nonetheless. Cross court, Brencic fires it out, and that will now increase the Vikings lead to 13-11. Noli checks out. Coach Steiger, actually, when I heard the whistle, she was already out on the court.
Yeah.
I thought they'd call the timeout, but
that's the first time I've seen her get off the bench, and she was not happy, it doesn't look like.
Back to serve Deckert, the lefty. 13-11 once again is the score. Sends a knuckleball back there.
Yeah, that was a beautiful serve.
Dug out by Farish back there. Whoa! Amari Branch-Ottman.
Notice there was only one blocker there, and they were getting there late, so that gives that hitter all the power in the world. Just swing away.
I'm going to say not too many ladies from the Grizzlies want to go back up to the net with Ottman cranking up like she did right there. 14-11. Deckert, another left-handed serve to the back row. Gladkowski at the net.
Nice pass.
Nice dig at the front of the net. MVTF fires one. Gladkowski handles that. Brencic handled by Portis. Sends it back over. That almost just fell in the front of MVTF. Gladkowski set.
Nice
Back.
block.
Brencic digs it back out. Play by the libero. Digs it back out. MVTF sets up Summer Hake. Pounds the ball right into Portes for the point.
Notice Jeffco's
15
bench,
to 11.
too. Jeffco's bench is, just into it now, and that really helps the team as well.
Getting a little animated.
That one you were talking about where the ball almost hit, like right in front of her, what it is the defense. West Plains, they're playing a very good, you'll send the ball over. If it's a free ball, if you don't have a good hit, you're going to send it to where the setter is coming from. So the setter's leaving.
Well, we will pick up more on that when we come back from break. This is Jefferson College volleyball right here on Livestream STL.
The Health Information Technology program combines healthcare, business, and technology. This online degree provides students a broad range of knowledge that allows them to choose multiple career paths. Our graduates work in data analytics, electronic health records, medical coding, and much more. Employment growth is high for HIT careers. Upon completion, our students are eligible to take the Registered Health Information Technician exam since we are nationally accredited by KHIM. For more information, go to jeffco.edu/HIT.
The House Bar and Grill at your Festus Pasta House is your place to watch all local high school sports live. That's right, I said live. Come in and enjoy all local high school sports brought to you live on our 5 big screen TVs from Livestream STL. Also enjoy our happy hour menu, which includes half-price pizzas, discounted appetizers, and drink specials. We are the best place to gather for your local high school sports brought to you by Livestream STL at your Festus Pasta House on Highway A, where it's always a great time.
Back here at Jefferson College, Joel and Stringer Court Field House. And real quick, Mr. Steve, you want to finish your thought on
basically
that?
what I was saying is it's called a free ball. So in other words, if you don't have a good pass set hit, then you're going to send the ball over. You're going to send it over to a couple of spots, deep corners, or send it to where the setter is leaving from, and it leaves a big hole there. And that's like sometimes you'll see somebody's running up there. It looks like it's an easy ball, but it's really not because of the positioning on the defense.
There was an ace by Deckert. Makes
Beautiful
it 16 to 11.
Beautiful serve.
And I have a question after this serve here for you, Coach. Gladkowski handles that at the net. Gibby fired that one back over. Branch Ottman handled by MVTF. Deckert going to send it back over to Gray. Gladkowski handles it at the net. Burchich fires it right to the feet of Pereira. But I was going to ask you, so when I'm back there serving and I notice, Ray can't get the ball out of his feet when I serve it back to him. Whenever the players are set, say on the defense, can they rotate or move to where, like if I keep picking on Ray, is he allowed to move?
You can move. Yes, you can move as long as, like I said, you can't cross certain people up like front row, back row, and you can't cross certain people left and right. So like when you see the back row set up, you'll notice that somebody, like the people in the back, they can't go on the left of the person next to them, and the people in the front row can't go behind the people in the back. It's very like even the referees. I mean, it's hard to watch and it's hard to track. A couple times tonight, even I saw a couple times where it looked like the girls were out of rotation.
Over to Gladkowski.
What they'll call is a swing. So like if somebody's having a bad night, they'll swing it where the setter will switch sides, and then they put somebody else back there, but they just can't cross each other. Good question.
Now makes the score 17-13. Eduardo Portes dug out of the net by Deckert. Over to MVTF, off the hands of Gladkowski, goes up in the rafters. So I guess they can still play that. Comes back down. Burchich took forever and a day to get out of the rafters.
As long as it's in the field of play, what they call it. So in other words, if it came up in the rafters here and it's over the bleachers, then it's not playable. That one was really close to being
I was going to say, it was like almost on the blue over there by the basketball out of bounds line.
Yeah, and I think they can play it there, just not to the bleachers.
Summer Hake over the net. Gladkowski dig out. Branch Ottman and Gray both in the same boat. Falls in between them. 18-14 now as Hake checks out. That'll be Pereira checking back in. Branch Ottman, Burris, Deckert, MVTF, Jelena Gray, and Pereira, the libero, on the court for the Jefferson College Vikings. 20 taps on the floor by Terdasario. Branch Ottman at the net.
You get it to her with no blocker up there, man. She's how tall is number 10 there, Matt?
We're going to go with, they say 6 foot, but I think that might be a. What do you think about a 6'1"-ish? I mean, are we an inch or two off?
I think she's smaller. I think they're exaggerating to make it look good on paper.
She's one of the 3 sophomores, or I'm sorry, one of the 2 sophomores on the team for Coach Steiger. MVTF pounds that one inside the far court. 2014 set point. Macy Noli back to serve for the Lady Vikings. And it looks like a timeout's going to be taken on the floor, and we're going to step aside as well with the score 20-14. Lady Vikings on top. This is Vikings volleyball right here on Livestream STL.
The Breeze Dental Care Team consists of dedicated individuals who are caring, kind, and friendly. Our staff is here to ensure a pleasant experience during your visit to our office. Our team includes experienced and energetic people whose goal it is to communicate well with our patients and provide the best care possible. Providing preventative, restorative, and cosmetic care. Schedule a visit by calling 636-937-3030 or find us on the web at breezedentalcare.com.
Hey, y'all, it's Jeff from Case and Bucks. Thanks for watching the games today. We appreciate all your business all year long. Don't forget, we've got awesome wings, we got amazing burgers, we got salads like you wouldn't believe. Come check us out. We have barbecue on Thursdays, we have Southern Nights on Wednesdays, we've got bingo on Tuesdays. We can't wait to see you all. Thanks a bunch, and we look forward to having a great summer with y'all.
And just like that, Gibson Beckler from Conway, Missouri, 5'11", hammers it cross court, hangs out in the back court. And that will now take the deficit to 20-15. Lady Vikings still on top by 5. Grizzlies back to serve. Iolanda Terdasario sends one back to Gray. Over to Deckert. Dink back. But I think that's what the height. Burris, one of the taller players on the team, went for the dink, but the height there at the net from Glatkowski just sent that dink right back into her, and down to the floor it went.
Yeah, again, it just seems like it was just a little slow on the Viking side. There's no energy there, you know.
Beckler with the serve, handled by MVTF, sends it back Glatkowski. And there was it. So what do we have? Was it tipped at the net, or was it not?
West Plains is complaining or trying to plead their case that somebody tipped it. I didn't see a tip, and neither did the line judges. So,
and I apologize, it's not even set point. 20 to the 21 points. We played at 25.
Yep.
MVTF sends one to the back. Glatkowski sets up shop.
Looked like she was mad.
Brencic fires one off the hands and out, and the Lady Grizzlies are not going quietly into this good night in set number 2. Down now 21-17. And back to serve once again, Boshenik. Jelena Gray goes cross court. Set, nope, just slung over by Glatkowski. Gray through the hands of Glatkowski, handled by Beckler. They send it cross court to Brencic. All the way back goes Pereira. Fired back over by Macy Noli. Glatkowski with another set. That was number 9, Caitlin Alshire. Just able to knock it off of a Lady Viking there at the front of the net. Now makes it 21-18. And the plot thickens and the gap closes.
Going to make it interesting.
hammering the paint off that ball is Bochenik. Handled in back by Noli. Over to Gray. That finds its way into the sideline. Hangs in there, 22-18. As Gray seems to find her niche on that near side corner from us and fires it cross court. Thank you once again to everybody following us on Facebook, YouTube, the TKDS Sports app, and out there on Mixler.com. Pereira sends it to the back, handled by Gladkowski. Back over to Brencic. Here's Gray. Well, as soon as I say she finds her niche, fires that one outside. So side out, serve broken. 22-19 now is the score, and deficit is only 3. Back to serve, Caroline Gladkowski, 6'1" freshman from Erfurt, Germany. Sehr Deutsch, meine Fraulein. That goes service error out the back. Thank you very much, 23-19. That will now bring Elena Deckert, the lefty, back to serve once again, 23-19.
One thing you'll notice, too, you're talking about the libero, one of the things they can do is they can substitute in and out for anybody, and at times they don't even have to check in. They just come in, basically. Ooh. Now we're at set point, Matt.
Now we are at set point, 24-19, and coming up in between sets number 2 and 3, I'm going to have a quick chat here with Mr. Steve Ringling from Titanium Volleyball, and we're going to discuss the inner workings of what is Titanium Volleyball, who's all involved, and have some more interviews. And we also have a baton twirler.
Oh, yeah?
That we're going to maybe catch a glimpse of as well, too.
Very cool.
Gladkowski sets it up. That's just sent back over by Beckler.
Ooh.
Branch. There it is. Ottman at the net just gets that dink over, and that falls harmlessly to the floor. Set 2, 25-18 in favor of the Lady Vikings. And real quick before we head to break, again, we got some interviews coming up, but Titanium Volleyball Club, Mr. Steve Ringling, your involvement with that. What is Titanium Volleyball Club for those just tuning in now that don't know?
Yeah, basically it's a club volleyball. I mean, club volleyball is major popular, and we have kids from Arnold. We have kids from Potosi. Where else? Hillsborough, DeSoto. Basically, we just have and it's a season that runs from after volleyball season, high school season, basically all the way through until the next season.
Is this compared to, to a Legion Ball or to a select league, something like that?
That's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. Yep.
So Titanium Volleyball is basically like a select league, if you will, and so it's just not like anybody could come out.
Yeah, we have tryouts. We'll actually have tryouts October 21st and 22nd, and that's for our 11U, 12U, and 13U, and 14U. So we have 4 clubs there. Actually, a select team is whenever your club only has one team. The club is whenever you have more than one team in your select team. Does that make sense? So in other words, you select girls. So a lot of my teams will have girls from Festus on the same team. They'll have girls from the same, from DeSoto on the same team as Festus. It's just a really awesome thing. Like you'll see back here, some of these girls. How do you want me to do this, Ray? Gather around as close as you girls can get. I'm going to put the microphone up here, and if you just have something to say, you can say it. So basically, hey, I was just talking to the guys here. What schools do you guys go to, and what team do you play for our Titanium? So it's not just all Hillsborough girls on one team, correct? So, Ava, where do you go to school at?
Hillsborough.
Hillsborough. And which team do you play for Titanium?
15.
Silver, yeah.
Yeah.
Emma, where do you go to school?
DeSoto.
Okay, so we have a DeSoto and Hillsborough. So you guys are rivals during the year. However, you're a little bit older. So you play for the 15U?
Yes.
And you play 15U, but you're actually 14. So who else? Well, we have someone from American Samoa here. This is Kelly Vayangi. And so which team do you play for, Kelly?
I play for Titanium.
Titanium, and which one?
The 15.
All right, and then we have a new girl here. Which team are you playing for this year?
White. Titanium white.
Titanium white. So all of our teams we have. Sorry, I'm like way in there.
You don't even have to have that.
Oh, that's right. I have this microphone. So we have girls that are on titanium navy, white, silver, and we may even have a pink this year. So who else? Is there anybody? You're from? Actually, you're from Hillsborough. Where do you go to school at?
Hillsborough.
You go to Hillsborough? Okay. Hey, you go to Hillsborough? What about here?
Hillsborough.
I got a bunch of Hillsborough. Anybody not from Hillsborough? Mallory. Where are you from, Mallory?
DeSoto.
DeSoto. And this is a new girl. She's been doing some of our clinics. And where are you from, kiddo?
Hillsborough.
Hillsborough. Right now, she's a cheerleader. We're trying to turn her into a volleyball player.
All right, I got you. Nice.
Who else we got? Anybody else from another school? Yes, ma'am.
Festus.
And this is Mercy. She's from Festus, and this is going to be her first year playing for white. No. You're playing for 15 silver.
Silver, yep.
So these girls, I don't know how many we have here tonight. There's probably over 40 girls kind of represented here.
Great.
We have our other club director over here, Maureen Galzinski. You can't see her on camera, but it's an amazing club. If you get a chance, tell people about it. We're having tryouts on the. Actually, just go to Facebook. It's Titanium Volleyball Club Facebook. Anybody else? What's going on? You guys enjoying the game?
I was going to say, yeah.
Ella, you're the first time here from Titanium. Who's your favorite player here tonight?
I like watching 11.
Number 11?
Yeah, she has good control of the ball.
Very good, very good. Hey, and they're actually watching. That's kind of why I told them to come.
Right,
I want them seeing this.
Absorb it.
Awesome. Yep. And I get to watch a lot of these girls in their high schools and stuff. And actually, this young lady was at one of my setting clinics last night, and she wants to be a setter, and her hands are getting much better. So I was really proud of her. What's your name?
Kylie Olson.
Olson. And she's always got something titanium on. If I see her at a school ball game, she's got titanium on. So we always like
you got to represent.
You got to represent. Yeah. And they actually get money for that. So
awesome.
But anyway, hey, thank you guys so much for coming out. Oh, E-Dog back there in the house. I got all kinds of girls here. So, hey, appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you, ladies.
Yeah, tell all your parents, go to Livestream STL and get involved with Livestream STL.
All right, here we go. On the count of three, just say, go Vikings. 1, 2, 3.
Go Vikings!
There you go. Thank you, ladies, so much for being out here tonight. We appreciate it. We're going to step outside for just a quick second. We got 23 seconds. We'll be right back.
Bar and Grill at your Festus Pasta House is your place to watch all local high school sports live. That's right, I said live. Come in and enjoy all local high school sports brought to you live on our 5 big screen TVs from Livestream STL. Also enjoy our happy hour menu, which includes half-price pizzas, discounted appetizers, and drink specials. We are the best place to gather for your local high school sports brought to you by Livestream STL at your Festus Pasta House on Highway A, where it's always a great time.
.7:32 Central Standard Time. Matt Bates, Steve Ringling, and alongside producer Ray Hallbrook, operating the stoplight drive-in hamburger instant replay. Thank you very much, sir. Gordon Stoplight.
We're having fun with it.
Gordon Stoplight since 1948. I think everyone on my mom's side of the family has worked at that place, including myself.
Really?
Yes, sir.
It's a good place to eat, man. The burgers are good. And
Coney dog, the jumbo burger.
You know, I've never had one of the Coney dogs.
Okay.
Good stuff, huh?
Make it. You have to do that.
All right, Coney dog.
A jumbo burger and a Coney dog.
Jumbo burger and a Coney dog. All right.
Because the jumbo burger has the slaw and the barbecue sauce on it.
Oh.
And the Coney dog is the dog with the slaw on top of that.
Very cool. Very cool. I think I might be going for lunch there tomorrow now.
And see if you can get maybe like a strawberry Mountain Dew.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So the first time I ever heard of a strawberry Mountain Dew, actually it was a cherry Mountain Dew, was in Indianapolis, Indiana.
That was double hit called and is now 2-0 for the West Plains Grizzlies. Back to serve, number 17, Gibson Beckler. That does just drop right in for an ace. MVTF and Macy Noli both looked at each other. I don't want it. You want it. I don't want it either. I think it's going out. No, it dropped in.
I think what happened there, did you notice at the last second it dropped? That's that float.
Yep.
And both of them kind of were, and they are talking now, so that's good. They're talking about, what happened there. So
Beckler fires that one, and that's handled by MVTF. They go cross court to Jelena Gray.
Oh.
How did that come over the net?
I thought it went under, actually.
That is Gray. Another one dug out by
I knew that was coming.
And Vikings able to pick up the point on that one. Summer Hake getting ready to check in, and that will be Sydney Burris checking out with a score now 3-1 in favor of the Lady Grizzlies. Vikings back to serve. Julia Pereira. Stops, pops that over, handled by Beckler, over to Gladkowski. Big smash by Brencic, that's handled at the net. Summer Hake gets the hands on that one. Gray, Deckert sets up Hake. Gladkowski handles that one. Brencic off the hands, out, point for Grizzlies. 4-1.
There's a lot of weird plays at the net on that one.
None of them seem to favor the Jefferson College Vikings on that.
No, they were actually complaining in the middle of the play, which is not advisable. But
Maya Bochenik sends a heat missile back to the back row, handled by MVTF. Her forearms are going to be sore after the game. Cross court, smash by Gray, goes out. And for those tuning in that can see us on YouTube, one thing that kind of, I guess from a visual perception, is the black line, the way it doesn't coincide with the sides of the net. Meaning that like there's still some extension to where it doesn't, well, meaning that like for me, the black lines should go to where the padding is at.
Oh, I got you.
For where the, right. It's like an optical illusion.
Yeah. So actually you see the red and white poles on the net.
Yes.
The lines, the outline actually goes right to that. Is that what you're talking about there?
Yes.
Kinda? Yeah. And it is kind of a weird thing, but that's like you're talking about all these lines on the floor. You just got to know that the black line's out and in.
Speaking of out and in, I think Beckler handled one. It was going to go out, but nonetheless, play on, says the Lady Vikings. Nice little touch there at the front of the net by Amari Branch Ottman, and that falls in. 5-3. Cut the deficit down to 2. Deckert, the lefty, back to serve. Side of the court nearest to us from our vantage point. As Jefferson College is going left to right. Off the net, another one handled right into the face by Portis. Same side. She's going to have a 12-pack at the end of the night.
That's very unusual, too. Miscommunication there.
Yes, indeed. And once again, free point falls in for the Grizzlies, 6-3. Back to serve. Caroline Gladkowski.
You normally don't see a serve hit somebody in the face because, the serve's coming, it's coming hard, but you have a lot of time to react.
Gladkowski at the net. Deckert, Burris, Branch Ottman, I'm sorry. And in and out it goes off the hands. Make that a 7-3 ball game. Caroline, 6'1", once again from Erfurt, Germany. Sprechen Sie.
She's got a bullet serve. Into the net, though.
Yes. Well timed, my friend, well timed.
That one missed the target on the bullet.
But again, service error. The Grizzlies, to their point, head coach over there has got to be addressing the same things because it seems like both teams are having an issue with the service errors. And once again, there's another one right into the net. So, as I say, the volleyball gods giveth and the volleyball gods taketh away. And so now that we've exchanged free points for both sides now, we're at an 8-4 ball game right now. That is in favor of the Grizzlies. Back to serve.
Very unusual for college.
Big serve that brought down rain on that one. Handled in the back by Pereira. Well, you could just see number 9, Caitlin Alshire. She was turning and setting up. She wanted to nail that ball right off of Macy Noli.
Yep. Well, one thing you'll notice, too, is something I like. This setter, she's one of the tallest setters I've ever seen in my life. But when she sets the ball, it only takes a couple milliseconds for the hitter to hit it because it's already in the air. If you notice, like Jeffco here, it takes a little bit longer, it seems like, for that hitter to actually get to it. So that gives the defense time to adjust. Jeffco is definitely not talking well right now.
And timeout taken by Ida Steiger with the score. Grizzlies 10, Jefferson College Vikings 4. We will be back with more Vikings volleyball right here on Livestream STL.
Drives the baseline. Shots no good. Rebounds put up and down. Lee from 10. No good. Rebound. Takes it from 18. Count it, Monty Vogel. Good shot. Plays for 3. Count it. All alone, Alfonso Cotton puts it down, and we're tied.
We're back. You ready?
Back here at Jefferson College, Joe Ellen Stringer Court, and the Jefferson College Lady Vikings have dug themselves in a hole here as they're down 10-4. Thank you very much, Rosa Brencic. Makes that now just cut the deficit in half, 10-5.
Good timeout, Coach.
Another service error coming right back out of the break.
A lot of times coaches will call timeout just to try to make that server rethink what she's doing, and that time it worked.
And Glatkowski takes that out of the net. They send it back over. That was Burris at the net. Sent back over, and MVTF cannot dig that back out. 11-5 now. That will be number 9. That is Alshire checking out, and that is 5'11" Maya Boshanik checking back in. Back to serve the libero, Eduarda Portes. Sends that one back over directly into the hands of Gray, and she fires it right into the net. Can't be dug back out by Sydney Burris, and that is now 12-5. But it just seems like something has zapped the energy out of the gas tank of the Lady Vikings, and it's
team frustration. That's in volleyball, it is probably one of the worst. Once you get one of the girls down in the dumps or not playing their hardest,
spreads like a wildfire, does it?
Sure does. They won't play as hard. And
Branch Ottman digs that out. Block at the net. Burris and Branch Ottman both there at the net to make sure it does not do any farther damage. Once again, lead cut in half, 12-6. Still down by a touchdown without the extra point. Macy Noli back to serve.
Nice.
Sends another floater back hot and hard down low, and Boshanik can't do anything with it. Makes that 12-7 now. The lead once again now down to 5 for the Grizzlies.
One at a time.
Handled in the back by Brencic. Beckler was able to fire it into the hands of Deckert and somehow managed to find its way to dribble down to the floor.
Actually, they called that out because the ball, so in between that pole, so that pole that goes up on the net, the antenna, if it hits the net on the outside of that, it's actually considered out too. So I think that's what happened on that call.
So kind of like an odd foul pole, if you will, in baseball. That's actually a fair pole.
Yeah, there you go.
And a little cross court. That was like just a cross court dink.
Yep.
There was not a lot of hair put on that one, but gets the job done. 13-8. And Maju's had a tough night at the office back there on her serves, but she is able to get that one back over. Deckert. And okay. So apparently it did not go off a hand and go out. That is a side out, and 14-8.
Yeah, that's what she was looking for, but I don't think it hit anybody on that one.
Back to serve. Gibson Beckler. Handled by Noli. Deckert. Did you see that handle there by Boshenik? Almost behind her back.
Yep. That was quite interesting.
Jelena Gray. Glatkowski got the hands up at the net. Says not in here. That goes back on the other side of the net and down 15-8.
Again, you see there, normally there should be someone, they call it cover. So like when that girl's hitting it, there should be someone almost right underneath her for that very thing right there. And Jeffco's just not moving quick right now.
Here in set number 3, tied up 1-1. Brencic.
They'll call 2 on that one. Notice that spin on that ball. Notice the energy on the benches too. I don't know if you've noticed that, but West Plains is, anytime their team gets a good hit or a good dig or block, the energy just seems a little different.
15-9, still. Jefferson College had called their way to get back within 3. Now the wounds open back up to 6 once again. Noli, that was a nice serve all the way across court, though, handled by Glatkowski and Beckler. They send it over, and point now for the Grizzlies, 16-9. That will be Portes checking out. And trying to catch the number of the semi that just checked in. I think that's number 7. Terdasarial. Noli. Over to Deckert. Deckert, Jelena Gray.
Ooh.
Just bent the fingers back, and that ball goes out of the back and out as the aforementioned number 7, Terdasarial, just checked in the game. And isn't it amazing how the ball seems to find you as soon as you check into a ball game? 16-10 now. Lady Vikings trying to hang in there, but there's another one straight into the net by Deckert. 17-10 now in set number 2. Up next for Jefferson College, Friday, they'll head to Missouri State West Plains for the Grizzly Invitational, where they will play Tyler and Trinity Valley in that little makeshift tournament. MVTF handled by Deckert. Monster smash by Amari Branch-Ottman, ABA.
Yeah,
buries that one, 17-11.
Yep.
Good night.
Actually, we're in the 3rd set, and I think all the sets have been decided on just poor serves. The team who gets their serves over is winning the game.
Nice play at the net by Hank, but Grizzlies able to dig that back out. MVTF fires that one right past Portes into the back quadrant. 17-12. Jelena Gray. Once again, back to serve. She's making my rotator cuff sore just watching her serve tonight. Glatkowski. Grizzlies fired back over on their 3rd hit. MVTF, that goes off the net. Branch-Ottman not able to control that. Point for the West Plains Grizzlies. 18-12, still 6-point lead.
That's a big lead in volleyball.
Well, they're trying to chunk and chew, but it just seems like that, once they try to make some headway, they give the ball right back to the Grizzlies.
Yep.
Another service error, and that was Brencic, who 2 serves before this one fired one out of the back of the back court. Summer Hake, 6-foot freshman, right down the middle, right at the feet of Brencic. Jelena Gray handled that. Portes all the way in the back. Handled by Hake. Back over to Burris. And once again, another lack of communication.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a great defensive play, good hustle, and then the team just kind of falls apart. And
Just
coach
kind of parted ways, and ball falls to the floor. And
that's just a simple somebody go for it,
19-13. Still a 6-point lead.
Coach is red, and actually she's making a little bit of a change there on the floor, it looked like.
Portes with the serve, handled by Gray, over to MVTF. Bumped over by Branch Ottman. Boy, big hammer by Boshenik at the net. The 5'11" Polish sickle. Eduarda Portes, the libero, freshman, back to serve. Another one of those program stat notices. They list her at 5'8", and maybe with some stilettos on, maybe. But she promptly fires that one right out of the back.
Of course,
20 now to 14.
Of course, standing next to some of those 6-footers down there, it might be
right.
She looks a little bit on the shorter side from here. But, I look around here too, Ray Hallbrook and Livestream STL. A little bit of trivia. Ray's first game was actually a volleyball game at Hillsboro that he did live stream for, and he looked nothing like this. I think he had 2 or 3 cameras. He had no idea what he was doing. And I tell you what, he has a professional setup here, and Ray does an excellent job everywhere in the county, giving these athletes recognition for the work that they've put in. So big shout out to Livestream STL and Ray on that, man.
Appreciate that, Mr. Steve.
How much did he pay you to say that, Ray?
Right, I know, right?
Shameless plug of the night.
Plug away.
No, I say the same thing too, Mr. Hallbrook. Well done again tonight.
Yeah.
As always. Big hammer by MVTF. She says, nope, I'm going to take that one. Dink back over the top, falls in. Nice read by Maju Vieira Tavares Fernandez. Didn't get it the first time, went back into her bag of tricks, pulled it out. And there's a timeout taken on the floor, and we're going to step aside real quick as well with the score. Grizzlies 20, Lady Vikings 16. Back after this. This is Lady Vikings Volleyball, Livestream STL.
Rutherford is the place to shop for your next vehicle. We have a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, and they're all priced to sell. Not in the market for a new car? We have a great service staff that can keep your car in top shape. Also, be sure to check out our parts department for your next car project. Once again, we're Rutherford off I-55, the Herculean Auto Mall.
Ruther.com.
The House Bar and Grill at your Festus Pasta House is your place to watch all local high school sports live. That's right, I said live. Come in and enjoy all local high school sports brought to you live on our 5 big screen TVs from Livestream STL. Also enjoy our happy hour menu, which includes half-price pizzas, discounted appetizers, and drink specials. We are the best place to gather for your local high school sports, brought to you by Livestream STL at your Festus Pasta House on Highway A, where it's always a great time.
Back at Joe Ellen Stringer Court, located inside the Jefferson College Field House. As I mentioned in the pregame show, last 2 times these teams have met, August 26th. Jefferson College, the Lady Vikings won that 3-1. That one's hammered out the back by Gibson Beckler. That'll be a side out and a serve now for the Jefferson College Vikings, and their most recent was September 20th, where West Plains swept that in 3 sets, 3-0. Noli back to the back, handled by Glakowski. Over to number 5, that is Lauren Farish. Have not mentioned her name a whole lot tonight, the sophomore from Springfield, but she has been productive while in there, and it looks like she checks out. And Yolanda Tertasarial will be back to serve. Runs up, sends it back over down to the feet of Gray. Handled by Burris, and it goes all the way out the far side of the court. That now sets up 22-17.
Jeff coach is not happy. She is way back at the end line, and she's putting in someone, switching it up a little bit.
So out comes the number 12, Sydney Burris.
Matt, you'll see her in basketball this season as well, Sydney Burris.
In comes Shania Hodges, 6'3", freshman from Sykeston, and did go off the fingertip at the net, so that will be a point for Jefferson College, 22-18. And back to serve. Maju, MVTF. Cranks it up and over. Two Grizzlies run into each other, but they're still able to get it back over the net. Now bumped back over by Noli. Handled at the net. Gray, that one's fired right back into the face of Noli. Number 2, she's going to have a 6-pack on the noggin.
Notice, though, she was covering, though. She was actually in the spot she was supposed to be. So
23-18, just as Lady Vikings try to get some momentum. Ball falls in. Service goes back over to the Grizzlies and Gibson Beckler. Noli backcourt. Sent back over. Handled by Terdasario. That is Deckert. Handled that over to Gray. Man, oh man. Boshenik drops it in right in front of the feet of number 3, Julia Pereira. 24-18. Set point. Match point, as this is Beckler back to serve with the score 24-18. Sets all knotted up 1-1, but right now at the threshold of a victory. Deckert, cross court, Gray finds a way to sneak it in, make it 24-19. Summer Hake going to check in. Hodges is going to check back out. Back to serve the libero, Julia Pereira. She's listed in the program as Julia Reese Pereira Minas, but Minas Geral, Brazil is where she's from. Terdasario gets it over the net.
Boy.
Ida Steiger's about to come unglued over there.
She didn't like the call.
Boshenik fired off the arm of number 5. Jelena Gray and Summer Hake up there at the net. Hanging in there, the Lady Vikings, 24-20 now, down by 4. But they cannot afford a service error. That will cost them the game right now. Ball over the net, handled by Beckler. That falls off the net and down at the feet of Glatkowski, 24-21.
Getting interesting. Timeout.
And a timeout taken. We're going to step aside. 24-21, Lady Vikings down by 3. This is Vikings Volleyball on Livestream STL.
What if there was a place that could help you discover the possibilities? A place where you could find your passion, your purpose, your path. Jefferson College is that place. So what are you waiting for? Discover the possibilities at Jefferson College.
Hey, y'all, it's Jeff from Case and Bucks. Thanks for watching the games today. We appreciate all your business all year long. Don't forget, we've got awesome wings, we got amazing burgers, we got salads like you wouldn't believe. Come check us out. We have barbecue on Thursdays, we have Southern Nights on Wednesdays, we've got bingo on Tuesdays. We can't wait to see you all. Thanks a bunch, and we look forward to having a great summer with y'all.
Yeah, we'll try this again here. Once again, thanks to Pasta House in Festus, Texas Roadhouse in Festus, Case and Bucks in Barnhart for airing our games at your facilities. Thank you very much. Matt Bates, Steve Ringling, producer Ray Hallbrook, all in the house up here tonight. Jefferson College, Joe Ellen Stringer Court, 24-21 coming out of the break. Burshich back over to Gray, off the hands, handled by Portis. They send it back over and out, and that will be another point for Jefferson College, 24-22.
I think what happened is West Plains thought, oh, we got this in the bag. We're at game point, and Jeffco
just took the foot off the gas, just a touch.
That's all it takes. That's that speed of the game I'm talking about.
Still serving. Pereira gets it back over, handled by Beckler. Gledkowski. And that one will fall in, and that will be a 25-22 win for West Plains.
Headed to number 4.
And we are going to head to a timeout real quick, and when we come back, set number 4. This is Vikings volleyball right here on Livestream STL.
The Jefferson County Tourism Commission invites you to explore the natural beauty, fine dining, parks, wineries and breweries, scenic drives, historic sites, and even a local raceway. All this and so much more. All these things can be found right here in Jefferson County, Missouri. Plan your trip today at visitjeffersoncounty.com, the main source for all things Jefferson County.
Hey, Ray Halbrook here with Livestream STL Media. You know, we wear a lot of hats in this business, and to tell you the truth, we have a lot of hats from the area here in the Jefferson County and St. Louis County area here, and we really just like to tell you about all the different hats that we take care of here with a lot of different schools, a lot of different organizations, things like that. So as I'm doing this hat, you might be thinking, you know, hey, I'm a business, and you know, I'm looking for a way to advertise my business. Well, here's a perfect way right here. Advertise with us here at Livestream STL. Real easy. Sponsor with us, 314-852-4398. I promise you will not be disappointed as we continue our hats here, because we wear a lot of hats. We'd love to wear your hat as a business as well. So partner with us as we continue our amazing coverage in the Jefferson County and St. Louis County area. We'd love to have you on here as a business, so consider giving us a call. Again, I'll throw this up here real quick, 314-852-4398. And again, like I said, your business helps us continue the great coverage in Jefferson County. I've got a handful more here, but man, we'd really love to have you as a part of our businesses as well. Again, if you're a business, big business, small business, doesn't matter, give us a call, 314-852-4398. I promise you will not be disappointed, as I got 2 more hats left here. And man, we appreciate having all of the amazing businesses in Jefferson County and St. Louis County. So again, give us a call, 314-852-4398. I promise you will not regret it. Have a great day.
The Breeze Dental Care Team consists of dedicated individuals who are caring, kind, and friendly. Our staff is here to ensure a pleasant experience during your visit to our office. Our team includes experienced and energetic people whose goal it is to communicate well with our patients and provide the best care possible. Providing preventative, restorative, and cosmetic care. Schedule a visit by calling 636-937-3030 or find us on the web at breezedentalcare.com.
Matt Bates, Ray Hallbrook, Steve Ringling here with you. And Mr. Ray, if we could, what about our good buddy Ron Rigdon over at Cheap Seats Photography real quick at cheapseatsphoto.com, 314-402-9014. That is Cheap Seats Photo, photography, banners, designs, does ours. Ron Rigdon over there, give him a call, tell him the guys at Livestream STL sent you. Well, first set went to West Plains, 25-21. Set 2, Jefferson College took that one, 25-18. But set number 3 goes back to West Plains, 25-22. And here we are set up in set number 4. If Jefferson College wins this set, ties it up 2-2, we go to a 5th set, and we only play to 15 in that one. But can't worry about set number 5 just yet, because we've got set number 4 upon us. Gledkowski met at the net, and that will fall down and out off the hands of number 11, Summer Hake. Great job at the front of the net, just did not get the ball to fall her way on that block. An early 1-0 lead for the West Plains Grizzlies. Back to serve, Maya Boshenik. And that would be a net violation with the libero underneath. So, set number 4 now in favor of the Grizzlies, 2-0. Here at Jefferson College, the Joe Ellen Stringer Court. Beautiful facility. Back row, handled by Macy Noli. Summer Hake. And they are saying that was off a hand and out, so that is a 2-1 ball game now as Shania Hodges checks in, the 6'3 freshman from Sykeston. Noli goes out. Summer Hake. Serve. Gladkowski. Over to Brenchish. And promptly just hammers that one right down into the floor. 3-1 now in favor of the Grizzlies. West Plains Grizzlies, ladies from Brazil, Poland, Slovenia, Chicago, Germany, Austin, Texas. Good night. It's like a UN meeting. MVTF at the net. Fires it cross. Caitlin Alshire says not so fast. 6'1", stuck the big mitts up there. Able to gain the point for the Grizzlies, now 4-1. Back to serve, lucky number 13, Caroline Gladkowski. She apparently has no tridescophobia running through her, or the fear of number 13, as they would say. Jelena Gray with a bump back over, Gladkowski at the net. Dink over the top, handled by Hodges. Sent back over by Pereira.
Oh,
big hammer by Brenchich. And Noli on the far side. They're not able to corral that and send it back over. And it is now blown out to a 5-1 lead for the Grizzlies.
Ray, did you say number 13 Hodges is a basketball player?
It's
sorry,
Sydney Burris.
Sydney Burris.
Yeah,
okay.
Sydney Burris.
Gladkowski with the serve, handled by Noli.
Power dink.
And just able to get that in, tuck it inside the back line. Power dink, 5-2. So Elena Deckert gonna try it once again. Back there to serve. Far side, if you follow us on Mixler once again, right to left are going the Lady Vikings. Floater back, handled by the back row up to Gladkowski. And a dink right there at the front of the net. Alshire just tips it back over, 6-2. And speaking of 6, Rosa Brenchich will serve once again for the Grizzlies. Sends it up and back out to MVTF. Deckert over to MVTF, and that would be Maju. Fires it out the back. It is now a 7-2 ball game with Brenchich still back to serve.
I feel like Jeffco, they can't dig themselves a huge hole here or else it's going to be over in 4.
And handled by Gray. MVTF goes off the hands. Oh. 1 dig, 2 digs, but the second one by Farish. It falls to the floor. Point for the Lady Vikings and MVTF. Been a while since she's collected a point on one of her serves. Number 7, Maju, Vieira, Tavares, Fernandez, MVTF. Sends a floater, handled by the libero back there, Portis. Gladkowski handles at the net. Portis back over to Gibson. Gibson sends it over to Branch Ottman. She just bumps it over the net. Gladkowski. I'm telling you right now, Boshenik. Her and Brenchich, those two. Sent back over by Farish. Handled by MVTF to go to the net. Hodges went to dink it. Took her eyes off the ball to see who was coming around her and Jelena Gray didn't really do a whole lot, but Hodges let it fall to the floor, and it now becomes an 8-3 lead for the West Plains Grizzlies.
Grizzlies have amazing coverage. If you notice, like every time the Jeffco will block, there's somebody there to pick that ball up, and that's just good coached volleyball there.
Branch Ottman, ABA, sends a heat-seeking missile across, handled and knocked out of bounds by Lauren Farish. 8-4 now. They've cut the lead in half once again. Back to serve will be the libero for Jefferson College, Julia Pereira. Little quick step, little 3-step pop over the net. And off the hands of ABA, Amari Branch Ottman there at the net. Actually, she must have pulled the hands down as the Grizzlies, they were over there celebrating, and it looked like it went off the hands of Burr. She must have just pulled them down at the last second. So Vikings still maintain possession of the serve, but not for long. The moment, albeit ephemeral, now goes to a 9-5 lead for the West Plains Grizzlies.
That's probably the second hardest call for the up ref, is that, when that ball's coming that fast off that hitter's hand, whether that blocker tipped it, touched it. And I know in like the big colleges they have like instant replay just for that. Well, I wouldn't say just for that one, but
Tertasarial fires it right into the net. Thank you very much for that freebie, 9-6.
Yeah, that's going to help, I think. Get a little bit of momentum for Jeffco. And
Noli checks in. ABA checks out.
she comes in mainly for a defensive player. So when she comes in, she serves. But she has amazing serve, but she's also in that back row for defense.
Gletkowski sets up Boshenik. Boshenik fires it right into the hands of Summer Hake at the front of the net. And that will now make the score 9-7. Vikings only down by 2. Noli still serving for Jefferson College. Fires it back over. Handled by Tertasaro. Boy, I'm telling you. Summer Hake.
Within one.
Into the hands of Yolanda. Tertasarial. 9-8. Macy Noli maintains the serve. Once again. Stops, fires it to the back row. Tertasarial back over to Gibson Beckler. Handled. Gray. And
ties it up.
2 Grizzlies, Tertasarial and the libero Portis collide in the back. All knotted up, 9-9. Jeffco baseball players in the house to our viewing left.
I was just going to say, there's a nice little crowd here tonight.
Noli.
Time's past it.
Gletkowski over to Beckler, handled by Noli. MVTF to the net. Gray dinks it over. Gletkowski. Big hammer by Boshenik. Good night.
She gets on top of that ball. You got a little muscle behind her, too. There.
But, I guess a lot of that also, it doesn't hurt having Gletkowski setting you up.
Exactly.
It's just like a running back having a great offensive line, right?
Absolutely.
That, when you get that setup, right, right in the wheelhouse, a lot of that's got to go back to your setter.
Yeah. Actually, everything goes through the setter. If you notice, they always take that second ball. So a lot of emotions go through the setter. A lot of good plays go through the setter, and just energy, So it's important to have a good setter on the team.
Into the game, number 14. That is Ophelia Felisberto. It looks like Rafaelia, but it's not. The R's and H. It's Ophelia Felisberto. She hails from Minas Gerais, Brazil. Welcome to the UN meeting. Gletkowski, dink over the net. Macy Noli says, I got that. MVTF, as soon as she hit it, she knew she had just mistimed it and hit it straight down the line, but outside.
It's actually the best place to hit for usually for an outside hitter because, there's not as much time to react if it's coming down that line there. So,
Boshenik. Boy, again, another serve that, could that have gone out of the back line?
Yeah.
Don't know, but was handled. And you know what? The Lady Vikings are saying, Mr. Bates, you know what? let the players play. That's why you're not down here. So it's all tied up 11-11. But as they say, continue on, prove me wrong, though.
Like I was saying earlier, if you're going to miss a serve, the best place to do it is in the back because of that very reason. A lot of times your back row will play it because you just never know. Oh.
Well,
off the noggin.
Yep. Hake over to Gray. Gray right off the noggin of Hodges, who's back into the ball game. Shania Hodges.
Mr. Bates didn't pay me anything for this either, but man, you're doing a great job with these names. I'm looking at some of these names going, I'm glad I'm not calling the names. And so is Ray.
Thank you, sir.
You don't want me to call the names.
Gladkowski. Over to MVTF.
Oh.
What a hit.
Yeah.
What a save by Gibson Beckler in the back, but it goes to no avail. But the fact she even got an arm on that and it still hit the net, that's like a check swing going to the fence at a ball game.
I think her teammates weren't expecting it to get, so they kind of almost gave up on the play. Tied up again.
Play till the final whistle. 12-12, all knotted up. Deckert back to serve. Gladkowski at the net. MVTF handles that. Deckert sets it up for ABA. Handled. Fires to the back, handled by Gray. Deckert over to ABA. Another hammer down low, handled by Gladkowski. Noli sets up ABA. Branch Altman fires it to the back line, goes off the hands of Gibson Beckler and out. Vikings, when was the last time we said they were leading? 13-12.
Yep. Second set, I think it was the only time they was leading. And this is coming from a 2-7 deficit.
Deckert, once again, the lefty serve back there. Quick jump, just does clear the net. I was thinking the same thing. Thinking the exact same thing.
I thought we jinxed her.
Beckler. Give it over to Hodges. MVTF says, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Hammers across court. 14-12. 2-point lead for the Lady Vikings. That is Gibson Beckler now at the net. It's just words of encouragement to the official up there in the perch. So that is number 8, Deckert, still continuing to serve. Just clears the net on that. Gladkowski. Over to Rosa Brencic. Good night, nurse. I am telling you.
Again, notice how she goes line. It's just harder to play that ball because you don't have the time to react to that ball. So, some good volleyball here tonight, guys.
It is Jefferson College still on top, 14-13. The lead is 1. And thank you, Rosa Brencic, for that one. And into the net it goes. Down to the floor it falls, 15-13. Thank you for the service error. Now, as I say, it is what you do with it now to where you just got the free possession and the point. MVTF, Brencic in the back, Gladkowski. Back over to Farish. Off a hand at the net and out. It's now 15-14.
Either one of you guys know on the Jeffco coach how long she's been coaching here?
Ida Steiger. Back to my radio days, which over at one of the local stations, that was 16.
She was here.
So Coach Steiger's been here at least 7 years to my knowledge. Hodges at the net. What a play by Shania Hodges. Her first point of the night couldn't come at a more crucial time. Hodges getting the glad hands all the way up and down. Nicely played, 16-14. Vikings up by 2, a little moisture on the floor.
I call this the moisture timeout. Some coaches will actually tell their player, hey, to break up something, so like she's talking to the ref there. I think that's why she did that.
The breakup of the monotony.
Yep. Slow the game down, but she had a few words for the ref there, and I think that's why she had that happen there. I could be wrong.
I highly doubt it, sir. I highly doubt it, especially since she's out farther on the floor than what Steigert had been. Gledkowski sets up Farish at the net, goes off the hands of Summer Hake and out 16-14.
Yeah, I think the score's wrong, don't you?
Mr. Hallbrook, if you could pipe.
He's going to
come on in right now.
I'm going to wait until they make the change, but I'm getting 16-14 as well at this point.
Floating serve, handled by the back. ABA off the hands at the net. Gledkowski with a set. Got to be a dink back over by Boshenik. Set up by Summer Hake and clears the deck on everybody and hammers it out the back. Make that 16-15 now. So
I think you're right, Ray. Because I looked up and I was like, I'm pretty sure they didn't change the score.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if that's correct as well.
Usually they'll figure it out sooner or later.
Tertasarial back to serve. And it looks like Jefferson College able to break their serve with that. ABA Branch Ottman checking out. That will be Macy Noli checking in to serve. With the Lady Vikings up by 2.
Second time to 17.
15. Noli just clears the net, handled by Portis. Dink dug out. Back over to MVTF, and she just does what MVTF do. 18-15 now, lead is 3. Vikings looking to win this set, tie it up. They've got 7 more to get. Timeout taken on the floor. We're going to step aside as well with the score 18-15 in favor of the Jefferson Lady Vikings. This is Vikings Volleyball live stream STL.
Rutherford is the place to shop for your next vehicle. We have a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, and they're all priced to sell. Not in the market for a new car? We have a great service staff that can keep your car in top shape. Also, be sure to check out our parts department for your next car project. Once again, we're Rutherford off I-55, the Herculean Automotive.
Ruther.com.
The House Bar and Grill at your Festus Pasta House is your place to watch all local high school sports live. That's right, I said live. Come in and enjoy all local high school sports brought to you live on our 5 big screen TVs from Livestream STL. Also enjoy our happy hour menu, which includes half-price pizzas, discounted appetizers, and drink specials. We are the best place to gather for your local high school sports brought to you by Livestream STL at your Festus Pasta House on Highway A, where it's always a great time.
Back here at Jefferson College, Joe Ellen, Stringer Court, Matt Bates, Steve Ringling, alongside producer Ray Hallbrook. Thank you very much, everybody, tuning in tonight. Facebook, YouTube, TKDS Sports app, Mixler.com. Thank you. And also to the 3 businesses, Pasta House, Texas Roadhouse, Case and Bucks and Barnhart. Ball goes in to the net, off the hands of Tertasarial at the net. 19-15. Macy Noli back to serve. Noli pops it in, goes off the hands of Portas and out, make it 20-15. Well, the Lady Vikings must have had a protein shake, something like that, or maybe a little energy booster, something. I don't know. Somebody's flipped the switch.
Yep.
Macy Noli.
Again, it's
another
that
serve.
energy.
Gledkowski. Handled by Noli. Over to Gray. Off a hand and out. 21-15. Lady Vikings now 4 points away from a set 4 win. So apparently West Plains wins the odd ones, and the even ones, at least right now on paper, set up for Jefferson College. Macy Noli, big dig on the back line, but she played her part well, trying to keep the rally alive, but 21-16, and checking back into the game, Rafaelia Felisberto. And she will check in to serve, and Gibson Beckler will check out. Thank you very much.
Referee's getting on to the coach because of the way she's letting the players come in and out. They're supposed to kind of pause till he says go. I was wondering if he was going to get on to her for that.
That is Lauren Farish checking out of the game as well, too. Serve handled by the libero in the back, Pereira. Dink at the net. Big hammer by Hake. Noli fishes that back out. Over to Pereira. Ball back over. Yep. Rosa Brencic. You can't stop her. You can only hope to contain her.
She can
Jubla Jana, Slovenia.
I was just going to ask you, is there some names that are just fun to say?
Yes. Yes, there are.
Not Smith, huh?
No. I mean, you know, you got C's with accent marks and all kinds of stuff, and you have LJs together. And, yeah.
Some just sound cool coming off the lips, though.
And some shots just sound good coming off the hand. And Pereira bangs that one into the back corner. The libero makes that 22-18, 4-point lead for the Jefferson College Vikings. Back to serve, Jelena Gray. Right about in the middle of the paint, and fires that one straight into the net. And not that there's ever a good time to have a service error, but when you're 3 points away from victory, you know, that's when
momentum.
The microcosm ratchets up on you. So back is Boshenik, handled by Gray. Over to Deckert, over to MVTF. Gibson Beckler just couldn't get the hands up. 23-19. That was a great job by the Vikings to work that rally to get the ball back. That just seemed like one of those serves, the way the Grizzlies were going about it, that thin icebreaker with that momentum. That see what Summer Hake can do now on her serve for the Vikings. Gets it over the net. Handled by Burchich. And boy, I am telling you right now, Boshenik, Burchich, those two, number 2 and number 6, they are just cranking it up.
They work very well together. Their timing is dead on.
Gladkowski back to serve. Down at the feet.
Ooh.
Can't fire it under the net. 23-21. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Momentum is such a crucial, finicky little thing. And right now, Gladkowski and the Lady Grizzlies seem to have something going right now. Another serve handled by MVTF. Over to Deckert. MVTF. Big hammer at the net, but the height package in there sends it right back. You know what? Actually, they're saying that fell in.
Yeah, I thought it was in too.
24-21. Well. So set point, looking to even this up, is Deckert. Again with the score 24-21. Deckert looked like that was bumped by 2 of them, but off the hands and out. Now that is a point awarded to the Grizzlies, 24-22.
We're going to get our money's worth tonight for every single point, huh?
I agree. Back to serve. Once again, Rosa Brencic. Boy, she threw that up all the way. It almost went back to Slovenia. Hodges sends it back over. Big missile hit over there by Farish. Dink by MVTF. Gladkowski just could not pick it up. Well, well, well. So set 3 went to West Plains 25-22. Jefferson College says, we'll do that right back at you, taking set 4 with the evens 25-22. We're going to step aside. This is Jefferson College Vikings volleyball right here, live stream STL.
Drives the baseline. Shots no good. Rebounds put up and down. Lee from 10. No good. Rebound. Takes it from 18. Count it, Monty Vogel. Good shot. Plays for 3. Count it. All in all, Alfonso Cotton puts it down, and we're tied.
We're back. You ready?
House Bar and Grill at your Festus Pasta House is your place to watch all local high school sports live. That's right, I said live. Come in and enjoy all local high school sports brought to you live on our 5 big screen TVs from Livestream STL. Also enjoy our happy hour menu, which includes half-price pizzas, discounted appetizers, and drink specials. We are the best place to gather for your local high school sports, brought to you by Livestream STL at your Festus Pasta House on Highway A, where it's always a great time.
Back here at Jefferson College, Joe Ellen Stringer Court, Matt Bates, Steve Ringling, producer Ray Hallbrook. So it all comes down to this, first 1 to 15, as Jefferson College not going away quietly. Set number 1 went to West Plains 25-21. Set 2, Jeffco said 25-18. We will take care of that. Set number 3, though, West Plains 25-22. Set 4 goes to Jefferson College, 25-22. So,
I'm going to go with home court advantage here, guys. These girls know that, hey, we're going to win and we're here at home. The other girls are like, oh, we've been on the road, I don't know how far West Plains is, 5 hours? But let's go with that.
There you go. I like it.
Still a long ride nonetheless.
Exactly. And I don't think they have the nicest charter bus either from what I saw outside. It's a nice bus, but and them long legs on them girls, it's not comfortable.
Yeah, you're only getting one a seat with them.
Looks like we're getting some
there's some
assignments here messed up.
Ooh, and you know what? That's really going to hurt West Plains if they were out of rotation there. Because if you that's
okay, so
very
talk to
odd.
us. So what?
When you first go out on the court, you have to go out on the court and you're in a position. So, like you're in position 1 or position 2 or whatever it is, you can move around from there, but you have to start, and that's how the refs know if you're crossing over or crossing back. So
there's no penalty per se in football. I know you can't back the ladies up 15, but
no.
But is there a penalty for that other than the fact you can't just rotate those players back out?
Once you put it on paper and you put your signature to it, that when the ref goes, hey, you're telling me that number 7 is supposed to be here and they're not there, you have to switch it. So the penalty is you're moving your player where she's not normally used to being. So it's it can be a really bad thing. But however, the coach didn't make any change after that, like on a substitution or anything. So maybe it wasn't as bad as, it could have been.
MVTF knocks one down in the far quadrant. 1-0 Vikings up top. Once again, it's the next team to 15. Playing to 15. Deckert. That one will drop in, and the Vikings go up 2-0 right now.
That was a mental buster there, man. I haven't seen them make a whole lot of serve-receive errors like that tonight.
Been hearing now I know what the snap, crackling, and popping is. There we go. That goes off the hands of number 17, Gibson Beckler, and out. Gibby not able to knock that one back into play, as she is affectionately called. I know the Cardinals had their own Gibby wearing 45 with Mr. Bob Gibson. But
yep. This could be over quick here.
3-0. Beckler trying to make up for it. Gletkowski. But Maya Boshenik says, I'll take care of that. You set them up, I'll knock them down. And the score is now 3-1 in favor of the Vikings. Back to serve, number 14, Rafaelia Felisberto. Minas Gerais, Brazil. Floater goes to the back. Jelena Gray is going to tell you, I probably should have let that one go out. I mean, when you're turned to the side like that, kind of like awkwardly looking to make that return bump back over, the brain saying don't play it, the body saying, well, look at this, I can get to it.
I think what she was thinking there is Coach always says, if it's over your head, let it go. And that one wasn't quite over her head, but
MVTF fires a laser cross court, dug back out. Fires another one. Eduardo Portes, the libero, can't come up with that one. That now increases the lead temporarily, 4-2 for the Vikings, and MVTF going to go back to serve for the Jefferson College Vikings. Maju, Vieira, Tavares, Fernandez. Another one off the net goes over. Gletkowski over to Boshenik. Well, you can get one but not the other. Rosa Brencic.
that was a bad call there, guys, I do believe. I don't think that ball cleared the net.
Well, I'm telling you right now, though, you have Boshenik on one side.
Yeah.
You have Brencic on the other, and you have Gletkowski setting that up in the middle. I mean, I don't know, but what's not to love about that if you're on the Grizzlies side? But it's just putting it all together. ABA, what a dig out there by Deckert. Gletkowski sends it back over. Double hit.
You know, another thing with the offense that both teams are running, that 5-1, the setter sets every ball, every set, every game. So I've seen a little tiredness from number 13 out there. So she just doesn't seem like she's quite getting to every ball.
Back to serve will be the libero, number 3, Julia Pereira. All the way back at the out-of-bounds line, zips it back in, handled by Beckler. Gladkowski, that'll hurt the hands off Brenchich. That is Alshire.
Yep, touch on that
one. They're saying it was a tip and went out. So 5-4. Checking into the ball game, Caitlin Alshire, 6'1", freshman. Gladkowski, floating serve, handled at the feet of MVTF. Branch Ottman airmails that one. That will not the score, all up at 5-5.
New game.
Well, now the first one to 10.
There you go.
First one to get 10 more points wins this one. Is now 5-5, playing to 15.
I always wanted to create a game where you just start at 0-0 and the first 1-1 wins. Make your job a lot more easy, wouldn't it, Ray?
That old sudden death.
Yeah.
Play to 1, bang it in the net. Game over. What?
Right. Yeah.
Thanks for coming. See you. Good night.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time. Right?
Start the buses.
All jokes aside, though, Steve, all of a sudden it's now a 6-5 ball game. The Grizzlies have just they're doing what they can to keep their foot in the dance on this one. Gray back over to Portis, over to Gladkowski. Bershish back over to ABA in the net and off. 7-5 is now the lead for the visiting Grizzlies. Looks like Coach Steigert has called a timeout. We're going to step aside real quick here in this 5th sudden death frame here. It is Lady Vikings volleyball right here on Livestream STL.
What if there was a place that could help you discover the possibilities? A place where you could find your passion, your purpose, your path. Jefferson College is that place. So what are you waiting for? Discover the possibilities at Jefferson College.
The Breeze Dental Care Team consists of dedicated individuals who are caring, kind, and friendly. Our staff is here to ensure a pleasant experience during your visit to our office. Our team includes experienced and energetic people whose goal it is to communicate well with our patients and provide the best care possible. Providing preventative, restorative, and cosmetic care. Schedule a visit by calling 636-937-3030 or find us on the web at breezedentalcare.com.
Back here at Jefferson College, service for Gladkowski for the Lady Grizzlies. Taken in the back by MVTF. Over to Deckert. ABA found a gap, but that was plugged up. Back over ABA. Now she's just going to crank it up, fires it past Gladkowski. Makes it a 7-6 ball game.
Jefferson bench is back into this game. I think that's going to help Jefferson with a little bit of energy. And West Plains bench is dwindling. Some are sitting, some are at the water fountain.
Macinoli stops, clears the net on that one. Gladkowski off fingertips at the net. Jelena Gray.
Somebody in the net.
And the old human in the net trick.
Yep. Now they're going to switch sides.
Back to an 8-point lead. So I guess halfway through this.
2-point lead.
2-point lead,
Yeah.
but like halfway through, I guess.
Yeah, they switch sides again. That's good to see that again, actually.
Makes it harder on the announcers, that's all. And let the people know on Mixler what's happening as well, too, that, yes, halfway through the, I guess they say once the 8th point's made, playing to 15, so.
Yep.
Switch. Okay. Big hammer by Burchich on the serve on the way over.
Ooh.
And Gray able to keep that ball in on the far line. Now makes it 8-7.
West Plains thought that was out, looked in from here, but line judge has the best view.
And she's wearing glasses too, so I mean, hey, she.
Yep. Can't mess that one up. That's a hard call, though. That one wasn't.
That one gets airmailed out of the back. Knotted up at 8-8 once again. Tie ball game. That is Jelena Gray. Back to serve, handled by Portis. Bledkowski over to Beckler. They tip it over. Gray from the back, handled by Bledkowski. Portis. Big block at the front of the net by Summer Hake. Sets up. Another shot handled by Macy Noli. Deckert all the way, cross court, MVTF. That drops in.
Beautiful set.
9-8. Great rally. There just seems something so demoralizing about like a 45-second rally and
losing it.
And losing it, not coming out with the point on that.
Yep.
Baseball team now putting on their cheerleader outfits. Here we go.
That'll help. I'm a big proponent of fans being the seventh man out there. The bench is up, standing up, clapping.
Jelena Gray, not much of a step to serve, just stops, pops, bang, off the hands. Summer Hake at the net.
Ooh.
Beckler with a tip over. Double hit, 10-8.
So notice you said she just steps back there and serves it. You know what she's doing? Basically, she's playing smart volleyball. She's making sure in the third game that your serve just goes over.
And we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we will have the final 5 points. This is Vikings Volleyball live stream STL.
Drives the baseline. Shots no good. Rebounds put up and down. Lee from 10. No good. Rebound. Takes it from 18. Count it, Monty Vogel. Good shot. Smoky in the air. That's a lot of fun. Plays for 3. Count it. Try to take it from me. All alone, Alfonso Cotton puts it down. And we're tied.
We're back. You ready?
The Health Information Technology program combines healthcare, business, and technology. This online degree provides.
Back here at Jefferson College, Joe Ellen Stringer Court. That is Jelena Gray with the Vikings up 10-8. Fought at the net, MVTF. Boy, talking about picking up the big points late in the ball game.
Big block there, big block.
11-8. Maju, Vieira, Taveras, Fernandez. Jelena Gray back to serve once again. Floater back, handled by Portis. And that is promptly fired right down and out by the Grizzlies.
She is not happy.
Oh, well.
He called it up. No, he called it in, and it was pretty close.
So it's now 11-9. And it will be Grizzlies back to serve. Jelena Gray, Deckert, cross court, MVTF off of a hand. Portis over to Gladkowski. Farish bangs one in off the hands. 11-10. Well, I think that was a big call on the far side a while ago.
Oh, big.
Because instead of that being 12-8, that made it 11-9. Now 11-10. Portis just muscled by Gray. MVTF is just cranking it up back there in the back. 12-10. 3 points now all that the Lady Vikings need to come away with the victory in this match tonight. Summer Hake. Last time she served, she fired it promptly right into the middle of the net. Gets that one over. Beckler, MVTF. Back over to Deckert, MVTF, dink. Handled out there by Boshenik. Muscled back over by Beckler. MVTF buries it just outside the back line.
Oh.
And now what are they saying, that it was tipped?
No, they were saying somebody was in the net.
Somebody was in the net.
Number 5. Oh, coach isn't happy about. I don't think I would have been happy about that one either.
13 serving 10. Lady Vikings 13. Timeout taken. We're gonna sit right here. We're gonna come back to do the booth shot, Mr.
Let's
Ray.
do the booth shot. Why not?
Oh,
that will require Steve to have a seat though. Exciting
That's
game,
all right.
man.
That's all
it's just
right.
gone back and forth, and that's to me is the never give up attitude for on both sides here, and that's what makes volleyball so exciting.
Yeah, just sports in general. I mean, you come to a game like this and you're expecting to see some good plays, some good muscle and hustle and stuff like that, but going 5 games and the last game going 13-10, this is, got my money's worth. Didn't pay to get in, but, nobody did, so you're going to get your money's worth, I guess. But this has been a great one. That's what sports is all about.
Yep.
Well, I think just a great job by the Lady Vikings to get back into this thing, to at least force it to this 5th set. And then not only that, they able to keep clawing her way back in this thing to where now it's only 2 points to the victory and the set. So
we got to get back to the action here to see what this is going to fare for someone.
Summer Hake stops, pops, handled by Glatkowski, over to Beckler, off the hands, handled by Hake. Went for the dink at the net, but Beckler says, I'll just use my 6'1" frame and I'll just meet you at the net, and that'll go to a side out. So 13-11 now is the score, with the Lady Vikings on top, but back to serve for Missouri State West Plains. Number 7, Iolanda Terdasario.
You'll probably see that here too. She's just going to get the serve over. She's not going to try to ace it. We call this the old B serve. Get it over. Coach is going to be mad.
Like that second serve in tennis. You just get it over.
Yep. Got to give your
and she does. And it's mishandled by the Vikings. And that now turns into a 13-12 or a 1-point lead now for the Lady Vikings. Coach Steiger almost 8th man on the field out here. Terdasario back to serve once again. Little jump, floats it to the back, handled by MVTF. Deckert over to MVTF.
Oh, my.
Big dig out there by Terdasario. MVTF bangs it out off the hands of Portes and out. 14-12.
That's huge. Notice the setter. She doesn't even think about going to anybody else, man. She's going to her outside hitter because that's the girl that's getting it done right now.
Deckert, the lefty, looking to close it out now. Match point, set point. 14-12. Sends it right into the net.
Coach is not happy.
14-13 now. But the way things have been shaking out, what do the basketball gods want to do here? I mean, after you've fought your way back to, to get the serve, and then you promptly fire one right into the net. There was a timeout taken on the floor. We're going to keep it right here. We're going to talk about
let's talk about our good friends over at Cheap Seats Photography.
Yes.
Photography, banners, designs. Where do we get our banners? Cheap Seats Photography, Ron Rigdon and the great folks over there. Tell them we sent you there. Give them a call, 314-402-9014 at cheapseatsphoto.com.
Man, does he do a great job on our banners. And as I always say, wherever you see us at, you see our banners. Those are Ron Rigdon. Cheap Seats Photography, but you got to go to cheapseatsphoto.com.
There you go.
What do we got coming up the rest of the week, Mr. Ray?
Rest of this week, we got to go real quick here.
Yep.
Tomorrow. Ooh, this is really loud. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot the audio on that. We got Diamond Cast Softball. Festus Tigers taking on the Windsor Owls tomorrow at 4:15. We have the Friday Night Blitz. Grandview Eagles taking on Jefferson Blue Jays on live stream STL 6:45. We have another live stream STL Friday Night Blitz. That is the North County Raiders taking on Windsor Owls 6:45 on live stream STL South. And then Saturday football, Friday Night Blitz on a Saturday. DeBerg takes on Christian O'Fallon. That'll be a noon kickoff, so about 11:45 will be our pregame.
I'm just going to have to pack a lunch in an overnight bag.
That's right.
Here is
She almost fell over the line on that serve.
Felisberto. MVTF fires across. That is the ball game. As Bershish, one of the few she has missed on tonight, misses far side cross court, and the Lady Vikings come away 15-13 with a 3-2 set win over Missouri State University West Plains Grizzlies. Steve Ringling, back to you just real quick. Your thoughts about what you saw tonight, and what did Jefferson College do right? What did Jefferson College do wrong tonight?
I think what they did right was they just stayed in the game. They stayed in the match. The energy was there at times, and then it wasn't at times, but that's just volleyball. And basically the same thing what they did wrong. It's just that energy, it's that movement, it's the covering, making sure you're playing smart volleyball and not lazy volleyball. But that was a fun match to watch. Both sides did a great job. But anyway, yeah, that's great.
Thank you for the time tonight, Mr. Steve Ringling. Ray, love you, Mom, love you, Dad, love you, Amanda. We're going to send it back to you, and you can lead us home.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for being with us here. Again, if you're interested in sponsoring with us, we'll throw up a different graphic here. It says Friday Night Blitz, but this is actually for everything that we do here. If you're interested in sponsoring, we got basketball, men's and women's basketball starting in less than a month from here. We would love to have you on board here, specifically for Jeffco fans. Give us a call, 314-852-4398. We have a limited amount of games that they cover, but with your sponsorship, we could add a heck of a lot more. So give us a call, 314-852-4398, live stream STLoutlook.com. Thanks again for being with us here on Vikings Volleyball on live stream STL. We will see you down the road. Thanks for watching today's broadcast. Any unauthorized use of this broadcast without the express written consent of Livestream STL is strictly prohibited.